Well, it's morning here at the farmers market. We're at the Green Barns Farmers Market, and it's located in an old rail car depot. So they've converted it now to this gorgeous farmers market. And I'm here with Mark Trealout, who's going to tell us about his farm.
Well, I manage a farm and a co-op. My farm is called Grassroot Organics, and the co-op I manage is called Kawartha Ecological Growers. Kawartha Ecological Growers is a collection of 20 small farms up in the Kawarthas, which is about an hour and 15 minutes northeast of Toronto. So we bring together 20 very small farms that otherwise would not be able to make the trip by themselves, put them into one truck, and come down to Toronto twice a week in this time this season and offer fresh Ontario goods.
Well, Mark's going to show us around and show us some of his favorite purveyors here, so let's go. Now, Mark, I see some blue eggs here. Let's talk about these.
Yeah, many people mistake these for duck eggs, but they actually are a chicken's egg. This is a rare breed hen called Oricana. And they lay seasonally, so in the wintertime, you certainly don't get very much out of the rare breed Oricana hen, but this time of year in the spring, they lay just as well as our brown egg layers. They're raised in much the same manner, completely free range.
Yeah.
We feed a mix of certified organic and GMO-free feed.
Well, they're kind of like Easter eggs without having to do any of the work.
That's exactly right.
That's what they remind me of. I want to talk about this in particular.
Sure,
this is called
syrup.
birch syrup. Now, it looks like it's got the consistency almost of a balsamic vinegar.
It is. It's somewhere between a balsamic and molasses in consistency, and you might use it in a similar way, like in cooking or, you know,
sweet sauces on bacon.
brushed on fish
Right.
or on roasted root vegetables.
Right.
Is amazing. Yeah, it's got a really complex flavor. It's got overtones of caramel, molasses, honey, licorice. Yeah, it's delicious. It's
So
it's very different from maple syrup.
But is it made in the
flavor.
same way?
It's made in pretty much the same way, but takes about 4 times the amount of sap to make the same volume of finished product.
I'm here with Norma Costas, who has some amazing butter tarts. So tell us about butter tarts. It's not really a thing that I'm familiar with.
No, it's not very American. It's very Canadian, probably English, Quebec, sort of Canadian specifically. It's butter, eggs, and sugar mostly. Sometimes maple sugar, sometimes maple syrup, depending on what you like. And that's all that's in it. Sometimes raisins, sometimes not. Sometimes currants, sometimes not.
And the
just
pastry,
depends.
how's the pastry made?
With butter. I do mine with butter, so they're all butter tarts. So just the butter, egg, and flour.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. These are gorgeous. I mean, look, they look very unctuous and sugary and sweet. These ones have maple?
These ones don't
They don't,
actually,
okay.
no. But have this one to eat.
Oh, okay. She's
See
going
what
to
you
break
think.
one
Now
out.
don't drip it down the front of you.
Ah, see. I love it when they
ones-
tell me not to drip it. Because
These
that
ones
means
are
it's
a
going to be
little
really
bit runny,
unctuous.
so
Okay.
that's why I picked those
Oh,
ones.
I see.
But
Yeah, that
don't
looks
let it dribble down the
lovely.
front of your shirt.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's in there. You see how nice it is in there?
Not overly sweet.
It isn't.
No.
I'm surprised.
Surprisingly not. There's a sweeter, similar product called sugar pie, which is extremely sweet. That
Yeah.
comes from Quebec, and it's
Oh, I've had
lots
that.
of maple. Yeah.
One bite
And
will do
you're-
you.
Yeah. Puts you into some kind of diabetic coma.
Now
But those
you
aren't too sweet.
get your own maple sugar. Tell us about that.
What you do is you take the syrup, bring it up to a certain temperature, and then you just have to keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it until it comes down to crystals. And then it's crystallized sugar.
Right.
So
So it's
it
the
works the
opposite of
same.
what they tell you when you're trying to make a nice syrup. You don't want to stir it because it will crystallize. So you're the opposite. You keep
Yeah.
stirring it, and then it'll turn into nice sugar crystals.
Yeah, and that's what I use for my shortbread cookies as well.
Oh, yeah.
You'll have to try
These
one
are
of those.
pretty, yeah.
These are, again, they're the flour from Mark and organic butter and then the maple sugar.
You can see. I mean, just the
So-
quality of the flour in there. You can see that's going to be something good. And of course, butter.
And butter. And shortbread too, it's English. My grandmother's recipe was English, and then the maple sugar is the
You can see the little
Canadian
layers
twist.
in there. Yeah, very nice. Thank you so much. This is a great local Ontario, very Canadian product.